The ship is called the Yvain. As you know, that your people are a seafaring people, and you are on a mission. It has been discussed at the Aerie and the Memori, the company of Aerilians who go out and right wrongs in the world. They have all come together on this ship, and you are going out on a mission. There is a berserker who is out in the mountains, the far north and the far east, and he has gathered magic to him. It is believed that he has some magical ability, and he has become a problem. Before it metastasizes, it must be removed. And that is one thing that the Aerilians must do to preserve their world, is step up and either absorb and control the magic or destroy it. In this case, Balor the Formorian has been deemed to be beyond redemption. He is a true berserker, which means that he is utterly beyond the pale of all civilization. He is more akin to an animal. He is a primeval warrior, and his people are primeval warriors. And there's nothing within 1,000 miles of where he is that is considered constructive or civilized or good. He's a wild animal. And a wild animal controlling magic and bringing magic to him is a very bad thing. Aurelians, they consider themselves to be benevolent kings of mankind who have a duty that the gods have assigned to them to make the world mundane and to remove evil, and then to make themselves mundane and to join the world and to have it as it should be. And this whole process has been interrupted. The Aurelians, although they try not to look down on men such as this, they know that men such as this are a problem and must be removed. Another thing is that these men are men. They are smart, they're intelligent, they're sophisticated. In some instances, these barbarians, especially the barbarians that are near the berserkers, are sometimes more high-tech and have better weapons and so on than a lot of civilized people, which is scary. When you have barbarians who have better boats and better armor and better tactics than civilized men, you have a world that is wrecked. And to a certain extent, the coastlines of Galadrin are wrecked by these people. But the berserkers are even worse than these barbarians. But the berserkers, Balor the Formorian, his network has spread out to the barbarians near him on this island. And when the barbarians find items and magic and relics, they bring them back to him. And he pays for them and exacts tribute from these barbarians, and has become a very powerful man, and it is time for him to go.
What is the best way to take out a berserker?
The best way to take out a berserker is to kill them instantly, because they are like animals. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this or not, but a male lion will huff, hoof, and his whole body will just flood with adrenaline to the point where you can shoot that lion in the muscle of the chest, and it won't penetrate because the muscle's just so tight with adrenaline. So you can actually shoot a charging lion and not kill it, and it can take you out. And that's how a berserker is. It's like they're so close to their animal roots that they just huff, flood with adrenaline, they become as animals. And they revel in killing. They revel in being killed. It's just, there's this moment of pure joy where the world is a pure place, where there's no good, there's no evil, there's only the war and the fight and blood. When someone's religion and culture and body become one with the warrior spirit and a man, it is just a destructive thing. It utterly annihilates civilization. Berserkers are very, very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that sometimes you can't be friends with them or manipulate them or whatever, but you guys protect civilization. You are the defenders of civilization. And there's some of you that have sort of conflicting, let's just say, motivations. When you are with this unit of men, even the darkest of you, even those of you who have histories that might be different than the Aerilians, you feel a sense of kinship. This unit, the Memori, you are truly something else. You move as a unit. You look out for each other's backs. You are competent. You are fell. Sometimes you don't even need to communicate because you're telepathic. It's like there's something about a man being part of a unit that is competent and sophisticated and professional and working towards a goal in a hard environment that just binds you together. and you all feel that. And so even if you are ultimately going to be going against the Aerilian or leaving the Memori or whatever, there is a sense of just brotherhood and belonging, and all of you share it. There's something to be said for being the best of the best. And the truth is that there is no one within thousands and thousands of miles that could ever take on this unit. You guys are something to behold. Even at your level, you are something to behold. Your gear, your swords.
Is it just the 4 of us?
No. The entire Memori is on this ship.
Wow.
And so you are a little hacked off because you have been at this area, the sanctuary, for a long time training. Training. And the truth is that back when you were in the Middle Kingdoms, all you seemed to do was train. And you want to be in the thick of it. You like being part of this Memori because they are fell. You know that when you go into combat, you can rely on the men to your right and left. And you have been trained as a unit. You know how to move with them, and you want to engage. The only thing is this plan, you sense that the whole Memori is coming so that you guys can overwhelm this guy. You don't take losses, and you can wipe him out. It's like an extraordinarily powerful force to preserve what you guys have, okay? You send a lesser force, you may take losses. You send a greater force, less chance of that, right? So you are assembling this armada, the entire Memori, to take this guy out. And you're like, you're a new guy, and you've been assigned the safest possible job. And you're just annoyed because you don't even know if you're going to see combat. Roll 20-sided one more time.
1.
I want you to put on your paper impatient. That's a skill. And impatient is not a good thing to have. Sometimes it's good to wait. Perfect timing is very valuable. If you're impatient, sometimes you jump the gun. So you need to keep that in mind. Your character is impatient, and you are impatient on this ship. You've trained, and you've heard the plan. It's been discussed. You've seen the map. Balor is part of this tribe, the Grobaron tribe of berserkers, and they are near these cliffs. And when I say cliffs, I'm talking about like a 300-foot cliff face that goes for miles and miles and miles in all direction, right on the ocean. So they're literally completely safe from anything coming from the sea, because you would have to scale this gigantic cliff. Like imagine the cliffs of Dover, but just twice as high in rock. So, and you would have to get there on this trip, and it goes right to the water. There's no beach, no nothing, and there's just isolated teeth of rocks coming out from these cliffs in the water. So they have literally seen nothing come from that water. They're utterly isolated and land-based because they just can't get over these cliffs. So even though they're right on the water, they have nothing to do with it. They have no ships, no fishermen, no nothing, because it's just, this cliff might as well be a wall. Right against the water is this tribe, and then there's a valley going this way to where the barbarians are, and then there's 2 valleys going this way. A small force is going to be in these 2 valleys to make sure that Balor does not get away. The main force is coming in through the front door, and what they're going to do is they are going to wipe out the barbarians that have been allied with Balor and burn their ships so that he has no access at all to the outside world. And they're going to kick open the front door and go in, and if Balor tries to run, the 2 forces coming in these 2 valleys are going to cut off that retreat, and at the very least, make sure he doesn't get away. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are with the main force. In fact, all 4 of you are with the main force, and you have been assigned to the main force because, well, the 2 valleys take some finesse. The valley units are going to be like the Green Beret type guys, the special forces, the guys who really know what they're doing, and the main force is like the regular troops. Now, that's not giving you enough credit because the Memori, everyone in the Memori is very special.
Yeah.
You're new. There's something to be said for experienced guys rather than new guys.
We're the
So
rookies.
you're the rookie. So the guys that are going into the valleys are like 9th level, 10th level, 13th level, 15th level. And then everybody else is coming up this way. And so there's a lot of firepower, a lot of magic. archers, swordsmen, everything that you could possibly need in this main force, and it's your job just to take heads. To take heads and burn from when you hit the barbarians all the way up to when you get to Balor, and then take out Balor, and if Balor is dumb enough not to run, to take him out as well. But what they're anticipating is that when Balor realizes what he's up against, to flee with just maybe some retainers into one of these two valleys, and then get intercepted by the ninjas.
Big guns.
So you guys are in the main force, and you think that what you're going to do is just be part of the reserve. If someone, by some odd chance, survives contact with the front line of this irresistible force, you're the mop-up guys. So you're going to be cutting people down from behind. You're going to be, chopping at someone who's like this. And you just kind of shake your head. Although that's not giving them enough credit, because the people that you're fighting are not civilized. They're the kind of people who are going to be, if you chop off their right arm, they're going to be spitting in your face before you chop their head off. Mm. Okay, these are badasses.
The people in charge know what they're doing, and they know the enemy. And if this is where they want us, there's a reason for it, because they know our abilities. So I'm content where I am.
Fate, I say.
18. Peak human.
17.
18 as well.
13.
Roll 20.
19.
You immediately notice something. There is a call from the crow's nest, and then you see these three immediately go to the aft of the ship. You don't see it, but you move in close, and all of them look out, and they start talking amongst each other. And unfortunately, when it comes to some things, you are their better, or just as good, but not when it comes to this. And it takes a while for it to come into view, but all of you have seen this for minutes before he's even able. And that is, there is a ship approaching you from the rear, which is fairly impressive because you are in a very sophisticated sail ship, which is being propelled partly by subtle magic. And it is gaining on you. All of you guys, you three, roll 20-sided one more time.
15.
15.
10.
As it comes closer, you realize that it is a barbarian ship, and you are very happy because you're like, it's time. It's time. In fact, you draw your sword. You're ready to go.
Do we wear armor on the ship or no?
Not your full complement. No. It would just be foolish to do so.
That's not good.
I see people drawing their swords and I look around like,
I go get my bow. So won't have it on me.
Fate. You see people just start to leave the decks,
Mm-hmm.
but actually you see King Telemark, and it's strange. The king is hardly ever here. He's always alone or with a couple trusted retainers on a mission somewhere, but he has come to this Telemore, who is very much an Aerilian, a pureblood, a very powerful man. And he looks out and he just puts up a hand and he says, "Stop the ship." And you're quite shocked. The ship stops. The sails are put down, and you allow this ship to come forward. Give me a roll. Everybody roll.
19.
3.
10.
1.
Oh my god.
He's not your face.
I know.
I want you to put 2 checks for impatient.
Oh my goodness.
He's all...
And you're thinking about how to pick a fight. You're thinking about how to pick a fight.
I'll go with you. I got a plan, actually.
He has stepped forward. He has actually gone to the railing and has a foot on the railing and is holding his sword with both hands.
I put my hand on his arm and I say, nah, you're coming with me. What's your swimming like?
I'm great swimmer.
Oh, hell yeah, me too. All right, I'm built for this, dude. I got
What's
force
your
on.
plan?
What we're gonna do is when the main force invades our ship, we're gonna dive overboard, we're gonna take out the stragglers, and we're gonna take their boat.
I like that plan.
Between you and me, we can sail it. I got a natural 5 sailing. We're gonna come in with 2 ships.
I like
We're
that.
gonna wait. If you can wait. We're gonna wait for
how long?
I don't know, about half of them to get over. How long can you wait, bro?
I guess I can wait.
How long can you tread water, dude?
Half is fine, I guess.
All right, we'll do half.
You see them talking,
I'm
and
just perplexed. I'm just listening to it.
you see a couple of the Aurelians are just they're chuckling. They kind of like this conversation. They like their eagerness. Fate. You think that they are Jutes, maybe? You've been just from your education and what you've been told, you've absorbed a little bit more of this just because it's fascinated you.
Mm-hmm.
And all of you guys see that this ship is something to behold.
Are the Jutes part of the group that we're going after, or are they just completely different?
The Jutes are totally different. They are equally barbaric, equally savage, equally a danger to the world. But there's this island over here where you're going. You go across a sea, and they're on this they're like on the far north of the main continent of East Galadriel.
So they're out of place here.
So they're out of place. They're out of place. And imagine a longboat. This is something to behold. As it comes closer, you are entranced. It has a dragon at the head of it. It is carved. It is beautiful. They have their shields on the side of it, and they're rowing hell for leather. As fast as they can.
They caught us rowing.
They have a sail as well. So they have a sail, they're rowing, and they are going full blast at a sprint to catch it.
How many are there?
It is a full boat.
So 300?
No, that's a big boat.
Okay.
This is just like a normal longboat, so
Well, like
there's
50, 60.
we're talking about 100 guys that you can tell that there's probably not a guy below the age of 18 in the whole bunch of them. And they just look yoked in chainmail and cloaks and helms.
Okay, we're going on less than half. We're going on a lot less than
I
half.
think we can take them.
I'll bet you do, but I don't.
But as your ship has stopped, and they are coming hell for leather. And for some reason, the king, he's utterly placid and calm, along with the Aerilians that are by you. And there are archers. There is Stilicho. He is probably a 15th level archer. He hasn't gotten his bow, which you find odd. But the king has not either, and he has not drawn his weapon, and he just looks out, and you see these Jutes. They all of a sudden, with commands, go out in this language you do not understand. The rows go down, and the ship stops, and they pull down the sail. They are about 50 feet away. And you see the commander of this boat,
We're meeting again.
he steps forward, and he goes to the helm of the boat, and he just stands stock still. And the king steps forward, and he looks out upon him. And then the captain of this Jute boat, he speaks, and he says, "I have stopped here, so you will know that I am no ghost. I am man, named Jute. I do not impersonate the man that you know. I am him." And you don't know why he has announced this, but he's spoken in common, which all of you know. He obviously has an accent. And the king replies, he says, "Yes, you are human. You are no spirit. You are no ghost, and neither am I. Come forward." And then they row again.
I put one down.
And they don't look like they're going to fight you guys. They look like maybe they're known. And they pull up right alongside, and ropes are lowered. And you see these guys actually come up on the ship. And they are big, bad guys. You are kind of like, you take a step, like they just don't look, their beards, red eyes, scars. If you saw this longboat come to your shore and these guys get out, you would know that there was some villages are going to get burned. These are not good people.
Are they, in terms of stature, are they taller or shorter than us?
They are big for men.
Big.
So we're talking, they start at about 6 foot and they go to about 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
So they're about the same size as you guys. Aurelians are not small people.
I'm
You
6'6".
guys are big.
big.
You are
You're shorty.
you are a little different. You don't
I'm a little different.
Spud.
you don't even look Aurelian. In fact,
As they pass by, I kind of like get a rigid posture, puff up my chest a little bit, and I don't even look at any of them, but I try to look intimidating.
fate. Everybody roll
I know.
20-sided.
I don't. I look nonplussed. If they meet my eyes, I meet their face back. Not still not hostily, but just respectfully. But I'm not gonna like count out.
Roll 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Nat 20.
2.
Little guy.
You rolled a
4.
You are standing there and you are appraising these guys. Your character comes from court, and there is a courtly bearing to you. And unfortunately, that's utterly anathema to guys like this. They see that as a feat. You see it in their eye. One of them looks at you, and it's just like you can tell. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, he's one of them." And you resent it because you're a real man. You may have come from court. You can swing a sword, but you know how he's looked at you like, "Oh, he's a little palace boy." And he comes right up to you, and you are really annoyed. And as a matter of fact, he comes up and he goes, "Ah!" Roll 20-sided.
I don't even move. 3.
You start. You don't want to. You didn't expect it, and you find yourself going like this, and they all laugh, and you redden, and you know that you have been punked out by a Jute. In fact, put that on your experience paper.
When he does that, I give him just a little bit of taste of my death magic. I drain just a little bit of his essence to see if he knows what this is.
Roll 20-sided.
I take 3 steps to the left.
17.
You turn to him, and it's like you kind of go like this, and you feel it rising within you, and then a voice comes into your head and says, "Don't."
I want, for the record, my face, not the voice in your head, but my face. 'Cause I can sense you doing that to just be like, bro, like, why?
And in my head, I'm thinking, you know, he's on our ship and he's disrespecting our crew.
As a matter of fact, you know what? The voice is his.
Oh,
You hear, "Don't."
no.
And you have realized exactly what's going on
Because, yeah, I've
because of
that magic.
because of your abilities. But the thing is, when he realizes that and communicates with you, you feel something come out from him, and you see all the Jutes turn and look at him. And I want you to put 2 checks: Sibelian experience, Concordos experience.
Okay.
2 for each. Something comes out from him, and you see the Jutes just almost take a step back and look at him, and they just stop everything. And then you see all of them, they're looking at you, and they bow. Roll 20-sided one more time.
Yeah,
And
I'm clearly visibly uncomfortable with it, but I try to project like this sort of thing has happened before. Drop that dice on the floor. 5.
They actually look a little spooked. And the thing about these types of primitive men, now, they're very sophisticated in some ways. This longboat is high-tech, very sophisticated. Their armor is very sophisticated, but their souls are primordial, primitive. They're barbarians.
Superstitious.
And they are superstitious, and you have spooked them. Okay?
I just glare daggers at the guy who, tried to punk him, and I just say, just kind of grit through my teeth.
I
like,
say, who's scared now? As they look terrified. 9.
A lot of hide behind the 5'8" guy going on right now.
He actually, the guy that did that to you, his expression has totally changed. He's impressed. And he actually takes a step back and he pulls a ring off of his finger and he steps forward and he hands it to you.
I say, what is this for?
And he just holds up his hand
I grab the ring.
and he steps back. And you hold a ring in your hand. Roll 20.
2.
You recognize it. It is actually from the Middle Kingdoms. Whether it was got by raiding or trade, you do not know, but actually your people, or at least the neighboring kingdoms, like you're from the Sea Princes, okay? The Sea Princes are on the sea, so guess who gets a lot of Jew raids and trades and whatever is your folk, right? So this ring is actually from your people. It is kind of, as you look at it, you are who you are. In fact, if you have evaluate treasure on your paper?
No.
Okay. I want you to put evaluate treasure on your paper and roll 20-sided. All right. I want you to put 3rd level. And you look upon this and you realize that you kind of snort because you realize that this ring is not the real thing. This ring is like something that a wannabe would buy. It is a lead ring that has been covered in gold. So only a little tiny, layer is gold, and then it's lead. And you can tell that because it's old, and you can see the lead through the gold. And the stone it looks pretty, but as you look at it, you realize that it's not a gem. It's actually like a precious stone that's been polished and put in it. So this was like a guy who's not that rich but wants to impress the girls, so he has this made and puts it on and goes to court, and like a passing glance they may think, oh, he's got some gold, but it's actually like kind of a poser's ring. So a prince would not wear this. So he's handing you a bauble, but it's something that he probably didn't think it was one.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, well, whatever.
I give it to Elysium. So you can have it.
Well, thank you. I nod and I smile and I pocket it, but I do not put it on.
Roll 20.
11.
The guy who gave you the ring, he sees that interaction and his face kind of clouds, and you realize that he sort of gave that to you as like a conciliatory gesture, like, I forgot who you guys were, forgive me. But you've given it to him, and it's sort of like, yeah, no, I don't forgive you. And you can tell he's kind of clouded, like you have slapped his face, does nothing, says nothing, and he just steps back. But you know that this particular guy, there is an enmity between you two. Maybe you better not see him again when all of your higher ups are around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who might fight you, even though he might lose, but just to get his manhood back a little bit. And maybe that impresses you, maybe it doesn't, maybe you don't care at all.
I would imagine this is kind of giving me
Fate.
Go ahead. I would imagine this is kind of giving me kind of a screwed up sense of where I belong in the hierarchy to them, right? Because there was like the moment where they all kind of bowed their heads. He gives him a ring, which he gives to me. So they clearly have some sort of false impression of where I stand right now.
It's interesting because you realize that none of the Aerilians feel the need to change that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they are allowing you to do that, and they have not gainsaid you. You're such a part of the unit that you have just done what needed to be done for the unit, and there's just no ego. You're one of them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being who you are, which is like a rice farmer who was almost sold into slavery to a Sangwall, it warms your heart.
Yeah, it's like a positive sacrifice. It's like a very meaningful, like, sacrificial role in the community in a way. Like,
That's exactly correct. And the captain steps forward. He goes with the king. So the captain of this longboat and a couple of his lieutenants and the king and a couple of the people with the king just disappear. And you guys are left on the decks with these savages. One of the Aerilians, Kierward, who's the captain of the Memori, second in command only the king, he starts ordering people to bring up food and drink. You see the Jutes kind of perk up, at least those who speak common. And before you guys know it, the sailors have brought up barrels of mead and ale and food, and all of a sudden you have a little party. People take out instruments and start to play.
I'd grab an instrument and join in.
You do so, Fate. And it's probably one of the better things to do because you see this weird look come into the Jute's eyes when all of this happens, and it's almost like a competitive, it's just an edge come into their eyes as they kind of look around. And then one of them does a dance to the music. And it is actually kind of impressive. And it's not like a beautiful dance or a graceful dance. It's a dance of like pure power and strength and balance. Like something that is just designed to impress. Like going down on one leg and kicking the other one up and then jumping up in the air and doing the splits and then coming down. And it's just acrobatic and strong, and like, you're just like, and then a couple of the other Jutes do it, and you see them looking at you guys, like,
are we gonna dance? Are we gonna join in?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you got?
I stride up to Kierward and I start looking out over towards our objective, and I'm not looking at Kierward when I speak to him, but I'm speaking low enough so other people don't hear me. I say, I thought we came to these lands to fight barbarians, not entertain them. What are they doing on our ship?
He looks at you appraisingly and he says, "This isn't good." He was smiling like everything's fine, that we're having a big party. His words are a little grim, and you're like, uh-oh, something's going on I did not anticipate at all.
I say, I'm still looking out over the ocean, and I say, they eat our food, they drink our ale. Are they going to die for our cause as well?
Not this cause. They are allies in other ways. These are known men to us. We make friends with everyone as we wish, as we need.
I say, historically, the Aerilians have had no friends as of late. You know this. Why make friends now? We can take on whatever threat this world throws at us.
We are few in number, and with threats we take on, we must be very strategic about. We do need friends. We do need allies.
I say, we'll fight beside them, but that sort of merriment, it's embarrassing. I won't be partaking.
Fate, he says, they are challenging us. Since they cannot fight us or wrestle us, they are seeing what we have in another way. A few of us will prove to them who we are. Just to do so, you will see presently. Okay. And you look out, and in fact, that's exactly what happens. When they stop dancing, you see a few of the Aerilians step forward and just punk these guys out. There's a really big difference between somebody with like a 17 agility and somebody with a 20 agility.
I switched the music to one that's easier to dance to.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I walk up to the group, I say,
Fate.
Enough of dancing like children. Now we dance like men. I pull out my sword and I point to somebody who looks like they might be competent with a sword. I say, you.
Roll 20-sided. Fate.
19.
You see a man. He looks at you, and he just automatically pulls his sword. Like there's just no, as if you were passing somebody on the street and said good morning, and they just instinctively said good morning back. You point your sword, and he pulls his. It's just an absolute instinct based on who he is and how he's raised. There's not even an ounce of hesitation, a moment of hesitation. He pulls his sword, and you're looking at someone, his eyes go dead, and you look at someone who's just prepared to die right there or kill you.
I say, keep the music playing, and then I take a few steps, put one hand behind my back, and get ready to dance and sword fight, and making it obvious that this is for show and not that I'm trying to kill him, but I'm trying to test him.
Roll 20. As all of a sudden the mood really changes.
18.
The Aerilians, for some reason, don't stop you. It's almost they realize what you're doing. And the truth is that in a weird way, what you're saying is, I am an Aerilian. Mm-hmm. You come here, you challenge us, time for me to put you in your place. And it's like the men on the boat kind of realize that that's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And no one has stepped forward to gainsay you, which may be good or bad, but no one seems to care right now. And you see the Jutes pull back and just desperate looks come into their eyes, and they step back. And this guy that you're looking at, he takes his shield out, and you see his hands are shaking, and this weird expression comes over him. And he has his sword out, and all of a sudden he goes, "Ooh!" And he howls, and his face is shaking, and and he charges. Woo! Woof!
I duck, and I give him a little tap on the ass as he passes by.
Roll 20-sided.
All right.
This guy?
5. I might not be getting that tap on the ass I wanted.
You take all the shit you got.
You are a superior physical specimen. You are trained. He's 9th level. You try to dodge it, and you realize at the last minute that you are dealing with someone who is extremely skilled and filled with adrenaline, and also a superior human. Mm-hmm. And at the last minute, you realize, I'm not going to be able to dodge this. You throw up your sword. He goes, BAM! And he hits your sword, and it hits your head, and you go sprawling. And you were not expecting that at all. Now, the thing is, you were up, before he can turn, but this did not go the way that you thought, and he is upon you.
All the fun has gone out of my face, and I am in the fight now. I feint an attack.
You feint an attack. You guys attack at the same time. He comes in with the shield like this, and you know that the sword is somewhere underneath the shield, but you can't see it. Roll 20-sided.
It's a 3.
You go like this. He actually has a helmet on. You're not wearing any of your gear. That's bad. I'm going to give you one roll to see if you're wearing your chain.
All right. 12.
He has gone with his shield like this, okay? Like he's punching you with the shield. You're attacking, but the thing is that his other hand is going underneath his shield. And you think everything's going okay, and you're about to hit him in the head with your sword.
Yeah, I was swinging with one hand, and with my free hand, I grab a hold of the shield, and I was trying to feint an attack to get him to open up. So I grab hold of his shield and try and wrestle it down.
You do so. You grab his shield, and two things happen which are totally unanticipated. And that is his shield. You grab his shield, but the thing is that he is thrusting with it so hard that it actually hits you in the face.
Okay.
And you your head whips back, and then you feel the point of his sword hit you right in the gut. You're wearing your chain, but the thing is that his sword actually cuts you. It doesn't even do 1 point of damage, but it cuts you.
Okay.
And the chain goes like this. It doesn't tear. But the thing is that the point catches in one of the links, whoosh, like this, and just tosses you off balance.
So am I stumbling back then?
You don't just stumble back. You spin and hit the deck, boom, on your face, and you try to get up, but he is all over you. Roll 20-sided.
All right. Am I on the ground or am I up?
You're on the ground trying to get up.
There's a 3.
He's rolling like really good, and you're rolling really bad, by the way. He's high level. You try to get up, bam, there's a boot on your ass, and you feel the point of the sword go right into, like, you have your coif is not up on your chain, it's like bunched right here like a hoodie, and you feel the point of his sword go clank like there, and you're forced into the ground, and you hear dead silence for about a second, and then you hear all the Jutes cheer. Roll 20-sided.
Let's see.
I want to reach out to him really quick and say, "Stay down."
Stay down.
You hear, if I can, you hear in your head, "Stay down."
And I say, "An Aerilian never yields." And I say that out loud at 14, and I try and roll out of the way and thrust up at his sword.
Roll 20-sided.
20. Not 20. There we go.
There, finally.
There we go.
My dice aren't cursed.
Something comes over you. You are who you are. You are inherently magical. You are superhuman and heroic in an Aerilian. You're like an NFL linebacker dealing with normal humans, okay? But worse. And yes, you're not his level, but you are who you are. And something just snaps. You're on the ground, and all of a sudden everything goes into slow motion. You realize something. If you wanted to, you could kill him right here. You also realize if you did, there would be melee. This whole boat would turn into a war, and Aurelians would win. But you're starting a war. But in that moment, shoom, time stops, and it's like you have a choice. You could slay him right here. And it's like, boom, you could pop up, woof, and it's like before he even knew what hit him, his head would be in the air.
So
you could do that right now.
I edge meld, and I blink past him, get behind him, and put my sword to the back of his neck.
Roll 20-sided one more time.
I'm going to spend my combat 50.
Okay. 5 fate. All of you guys, you don't even know what happened. He's on the ground, and all of you are like, I can't believe that just happened. You did not expect that at all. He just got his ass kicked by this Jute. This Jute was, you got to understand that this boat, I mean, like there was no one on this boat below 6th level. He got worked. And then all of a sudden, you blink, and he's behind the guy with the sword. And it looks like he was playing with him the whole time. And you're like, and it just saves the moment. And the Jutes all kind of back up. Whoa. And the guy just starts to laugh.
I start to laugh too. And then I drop my sword.
He
and I
actually
stab at
just
the deck of the wood.
he throws his sword into the deck, which is probably a little impolite, but he just throws it in, and it goes thunk, and goes, and he laughs and laughs, and he actually turns, and he throws his arms around you.
All right. I give him a big old hug and pat him on the back, and I say, it'll be an honor to die or to fight alongside you in the upcoming battle.
Says, I'm Onera! And everyone cheers.
I say, I am Dendrop, a pure-blooded Aerilian.
He says, you have the speed of the gods. What they say of your people, it is no lie.
And I say, let it never be said that an Aerilian ever back down from a fight, and let the speed of our people and the strength of our people be known.
Roll 20.
Here and on the battle to come. 7.
A cheer goes up, and you can put charisma experience. And it was kind of the perfect thing to do.
I realized I stopped playing as a play again. Shit.
You start playing again, and things kind of chill out a little bit as the Jutes realize that, they tested your metal, and...
I have a very high charisma, by the way, 17 plus 4, so hopefully that roused everybody.
Good guy to do it.
But,
Everyone
okay,
excited.
17 plus 4...
Experience. So I think I need how many checks to get to 18? I need like 18 checks. All right, so now I have 5 checks in charisma.
Now it's just everybody starts drinking and eating, and it's very jolly. They don't really come up to you, but anytime you meet eyes with them, they nod. Same with you. So you guys are kind of standoffish. They don't really come up to you, but you are with the Aerilians drinking and eating. You're playing your instrument. Them, they like. The Jutes are coming up to you, and they're talking with you, and show us how you did that move. What did you do? How did you do that? And
I say it's a specialty only the Aerilians are able to perform because it's in our blood.
And they actually are trying to do it, and you realize that these men are very skilled warriors, but what you did was pure hardware. You understand what I mean by that? It was just, you did something that because of who you are, and they're trying to do it as experienced men, and they're having a really hard time with it, and they're just not, they can't figure it out, but you realize that they are fell warriors. And you realize something else. Roll 20-sided.
6.
I want you to put down, what was that horrible ability I had you put on your paper last time?
Oh, let's see. Well, death magic, drain life, earth meld, edge meld, the darkness. I think that was what it was.
Put down a check for darkness.
Oh, God.
I'm 5th level in darkness.
Okay. You realize that you are absolutely superior to them. You are superior to men. Utterly superior. Smarter, faster, stronger,
And
better.
that comes out in my words when I tell them, it's because I'm an Aurelian that I'm able to do any of this. And that they shouldn't even bother trying.
You do, and for some reason they eat it up. They eat up that manly warrior. They mistake your air of superiority for manly warrior arrogance, which is in your favor. But the truth is that's where you are. Is I'm utterly superior to you, and you know what? If I get a few fights under my belt, I will be absolutely unstoppable, and I will go through you like a farmer mows down wheat with a sieve.
Yeah. And I feel that just as a truth, and I am reveling in, their adoration of me right now, and just playing it up as much as I can.
I see that from my position a little bit further away, and there's obviously, Aerilians are kind of like a special type of human or a little bit of a different race, but there's this air that you're more than human, and that with the death magic makes me think that you're something less than human. You're some sort of like vessel of evil, and you're not really like van before us.
Fate, and put a check down for Concordos. And before you, the festivities continue, but then the king comes up on the deck, and you see him talking with Cure Ward, with a few of the other lieutenants, Alaric, Garrick, and you know something is up. And time starts to pass a little slower because you're wondering what the hell is going on. And finally, a pair of men who you know, they're not lieutenants, they're just members of the Memori as you are, but they're more experienced. One is the name of Corvin, and he is a swordsman. And there is Elric, and he is a bowman. And these are good, fell, strong warriors. So we're talking like they're like 5th, 6th level. They're pretty badass, but they're not 9th, 10th, 11th. They come up to you, then they come up, and you guys are kind of close to each other, and they're just like this, like, we gotta talk. Just quietly. And then they come up to you in motion, and they come up to you.
I go.
And they actually go to, you are in the sort of that aft middle of the boat, and they go forward. And you see little knots and groups of Aerilians kind of forming. Corwin says, something has come. It's an emergency. We must split our forces.
Correct.
Who's going where?
We are taking the first valley.
Why?
We are not in the main force anymore. We are taking the first valley, just us 6. There will be 6 others that take the second valley. A much smaller force is going to approach Balor from the seaside. We are climbing cliffs.
I'm gonna say, what of the Jutes? Where will they go?
Jutes are taking us where we are going, but we are rowing their stupid little boat. This boat is taking other Jutes and most of us to the mainland. It is not what we were originally going to do. We haven't been properly briefed, but it is what it is.
What is so important that they split the forces like this?
What changed?
I'm not sure. Perhaps another Balor the Formorian on the mainland. I don't know. Someone of equal threat. They have been tight-lipped. They have other things on their mind, and they have only spoken to us in general terms, and I have not gainsaid my king. But
Don't should you? But
the rumor is witch. I have heard witch. This is sailor talk. I do not know.
As sailor talk, then, is that witch to a Jute, or is that witch to us?
That's a good question.
But we would not move on the word of these Jutes alone. I think the Jutes bear message from someone else. Perhaps the Sarkanic, perhaps someone else.
And I say they would not choose us for this if we were not up to the task. Take heart, brothers.
I'm not afraid. I'm just curious.
He nods and he looks grim and he says, we will do what we need to do. We are who we are. Prepare. And we must row how we danced and fought. Yes? And with that comes, like, he's saying, make us look proud in this little Jute boat.
I try not to break any doors.